Hello, my friends. Hello. Welcome to Tarot Tuesday. Here at Lotus Balance Coaching, if you've been following along with my Tarot Tuesday videos, we've been diving into the basics of the tarot, a journey of reflection, an oracle, a way to really enhance your intuition. And we finally reached the last suit of the tarot deck that we're discussing, and that is the Pentacles. So, the Pentacles is the earthy, the abundant, the practical suit. And what the Pentacles teach us is to build a life of true alignment and purpose. So, whether you know a lot about the tarot or you're deepening your intuitive practice, as I said, the Pentacles are going to guide you in cultivating stability, prosperity, and grounded growth. So we're all about grounding. We're all about the earth. We're all about abundance with this particular suite. So let's dive in. So again, the pentacles are associated with the element of earth, the realm of home, finances. They're often referred to as the coins, health, career, and physical well-being. They reflect the tangible world, the world that we can see and touch, our material reality, and how we root into our daily lives, how we're grounded every day into the earth. So when the pentacles appear in a reading, it's asking you to ask these questions of yourself. Am I feeling safe and supported? How am I cultivating abundance, not just in wealth, but in health, love, and time? What seeds am I planting for my future? They teach us that abundance is actually a practice. It's not just a result. And it's about presence and responsibility and also nourishment, feeding our souls, remaining grounded, and working towards abundance. So let's get right into the cards that are in the Pentacle suit. And as always, we start with the Ace. So the Ace represents opportunity. So you can see my keyword there. And a simple hand is holding one of the pentacles or coins. This is an opportunity. This is the beginning of your journey. It's a gift from the universe, and it's an opportunity for growth, stability, and financial gain. It can be representative of the fertile soil where you are planting your ideas. So you are being invited by this card to implant a seed towards your future. So moving on to the two, the keyword that I've assigned to this card is prioritize. So we have the opportunity, now we need to start moving forward, okay? So he's kind of juggling the two coins, and it's notice that it's in an infinity symbol too. So this is about balance and adaptability. Life can be very, very busy for us, and you might be learning how to juggle responsibilities. So you have this new opportunity, perhaps it's a new job or a new project, and you're trying to juggle the new responsibilities that you currently have, but you're trying to do this with grace and groundedness. And make sure that you take the time to prioritize and realign when necessary. So the Three of Pentacles is about collaboration. So you can see now we have more than one person represented in the card, and you can see the three pentacles there. And they're all kind of looking at those pentacles like, okay, how can we work together to create abundance? So this card is about teamwork, collaboration. Your talents are valuable, but when combined with others, magic really happens then. So trust the power of a shared vision. If you have the opportunity to collaborate with someone else or more than one person about your ideas, don't hesitate. Jump right in and do that. The Four of Pentacles, as you can see, we're back to one person here in this. And he's kind of got the pentacles at his feet, on his head, and at his heart. So this represents security, holding on, and maybe just a little bit too tightly. So I've got the ideas. I want to collaborate, but I don't really want to give up my ideas. I don't really, I'm clinging a little bit too much to what I've created. This is about boundaries, also about security, as I mentioned, but learning to let go and trust the flow of abundance. So you can hold those ideas and that growth within you, but you need to be able to trust the flow and trust the universe that you will be going in the right direction. So, sorry, I kind of spaced out there for a minute looking at my notes. I apologize. The Five of Pentacles kind of is a little bit of a depressing card, right, when you look at it. So the guy is hobbling on a crutch, and the other person is really struggling. It looks like it's cold and wintry out. And this card represents loss. So anytime we're on a journey, anytime we are focused on abundance, we may go through periods of time where we experience scarcity. So, this is the struggle card. This is when you might be feeling unsupported. And this card is here to remind you that you are supported and you are not alone. Ask for help. So, if you are collaborating with other people, feel free to ask them for help. Don't do this by yourself. Healing often begins when we reach out. When we're feeling at our lowest and we really feel that we can't continue, the best thing for us to do and the hardest thing for us to do is to reach out to someone and ask for support. So, this card showing up reminds you that you might be experiencing that, but you are not alone, and help is out there for you, and support is out there, and you are seen and you are heard. So then we move to the Six of Pentacles. So you can see my keyword that I've assigned here is reciprocity. So you can see that he is sharing the wealth here in this card. He is helping other people. Giving and receiving is what this card represents. Are you offering support? Or, as the card before us told us, are you accepting the help that you require? This card is all about flow of energy, money, and love. So it's asking you to be open and be accepting of what is coming to you and to share the wealth. So the seven here, as you can see, it looks like he's been toiling away, right? He's got kind of like a little pile of the pentacles there. He's leaning on something. So it looks like he's been working really, really hard. And the key word that I assigned here is evaluation. So now you're kind of at that point in the journey where you're like, okay, maybe I need to step back. Maybe I need to take a little bit of a break and evaluate where I'm at in the process. So this is your note to pause and reflect. You've planted the seeds. You've worked hard to plant the seeds. Now all that's required is patience, because seeds do not grow overnight. If you're a gardener or any kind of outdoor work, you know that you plant those seeds, but they're not going to come up right away. They need nurturing, they need patience, and they need watering and constant care. Are your efforts aligned with your soul's true desires? That is the number one thing that I teach at Lotus Balance Coaching, is to align yourself with your true self and what you truly want. So this card is telling you to take a moment to reflect and evaluate how far you've come and to have patience in the journey. So the Eight of Pentacles is our next card. And we're now getting into working hard. We've been patient. Maybe the seeds are starting to grow now. So as you can see in this card, he's working. He has the tools and he's doing it. So the keyword that I assigned to this particular card is mastery. So now you're at the point where you're actually implementing what you have been doing. This is about dedication, skill building, continuing to do those collaborations with other people and build up your own skills to your higher purpose. You're being asked to commit yourself to your craft, whatever that may be. Show up with intention, always live each day with intention, and with patience, you will see the growth begin to unfold. So, with the nine, this is a beautiful depiction, the Nine of Pentacles. This keyword for me is luxury. So you have worked so hard. You have mastered your skills. You have really gotten to where you want in the journey right now. So now you can kind of bask in luxury. This is about abundance. Finally, you're reaching that abundant place. It's about independence and enjoying the fruits of your labor. A beautiful card that is about self-sufficiency and soul fulfillment, which is all of our goals, to be self-sufficient, independent, and living to our highest self. Well, I just love the imagery in this card. It's very, very beautiful. So next we have our 10 of Pentacles. And there's a lot going on in this card. There's a lot going on. There are several people, there are a lot of buildings, there's a lot of imagery to unpack in this card. And the key word that I have given this card is legacy. So here is what you are sharing. Here are the fruits of your labor finally coming to fruition. It's about family. So if you're working towards making yourself financially sustainable for yourself or your family, it's about long-term stability. So you've reached the point where you are taking care of your goals, and now you're looking forward to long-term stability. Like, how can I continue to sustain this for myself and my family? This is about generational wealth, both material and spiritual. We all know the lessons that we learn, whether they're good or bad, from our generations and our families. So this is telling you to really dive into that and enjoy that. What are you building that will last? What do you want to be remembered for? What do you want people to think of you when you're gone, or 20, 30 years from now? What do you want them to think of? What's your legacy? So now that we've moved through the number cards, we're going to go to the page. And if you remember, we have the page, the knight, the queen, and the king are the final 4 cards of each suit. The page is always curious. So here you see the page regarding the coin, regarding the pentacle, really like wondering what's going on. And the key word that I have here is study. The page is the studious one. It's the student of the earth, curiosity, new studies. So maybe you've reached the point where you want to learn more in your journey. A fresh mindset around health or money. So you have achieved abundance right now. How do you learn to have a mindset around abundance? Time to dream, but take practical steps at the same time. Then we have our Knight of Pentacles. Sorry, I'm losing my long hair today. The knight is always reliable. He is always the one who comes in and kind of saves the day. Always depicted on a steed or horse. And my keyword for the Knight of Pentacles is dependable. So this is a trustworthy, dependable person. Slow, steady, wins the race, very reliable. And the knight teaches us that consistency is real magic. So stay consistent in what you're doing. Don't rush, stay the course. So even if you are starting to begin to feel the abundance, feel the fruits of your labor, you are going to need to continue to stay the course. Don't get too complacent where you are. Be steady and stay on track. That is what the knight is telling us. The queen in our suits always represents the nurturing mother. And what we have here with the Queen of Pentacles is comforting, comforting, resourceful, deeply connected to home and to her own body. She teaches us sacred self care and the art of grounded abundance. So we are in our place of abundance, we're feeling it, but we're also grounded. We are not getting too caught up. Maybe we have a little bit more wealth now. We're not getting too caught up in that, like, oh, wow, look at me, I'm rich now. I'm humble and I'm grounded. And I'm very happy for the abundance that I have received. And perhaps this means that it is your turn, if you will, to support others in their journey towards abundance. And finally, we have the king. The king is always the wise father of the deck. And again, there's a lot of imagery to unpack here in the King of Pentacles card. It represents knowledge. So he is surrounded by many, many, many things. And if you take a course deeper into the tarot with me, we'll learn more about the imagery. But there are a lot of things there, a lot of knowledge at his disposal. He is the master of manifestation. He reminds you, because he is a leader, that true leadership comes from integrity, wisdom, and generosity. Prosperity is a mindset. Just like abundance is a mindset, prosperity does the same for us. We have to have that mindset. We have to wake up with that mindset every day in order to maintain it. So, whatever goals or dreams that you're working through, you need to show up and be present every single day with intention and with a grounded mindset. So, the Pentacles really teach us about staying rooted in our values. I invite you to think about what your values are. What is most important to you? What comes to your mind when you think about what is valuable to you? I'll give you an example. So, values that I hold very dear are honesty, transparency, loyalty, compassion, trust, and family. So, those are the things that drive me every single day. So I invite you to think about what that looks like for you. And you might even want to journal on that too. Always focus on what truly matters for you and trust that your consistent, mindful efforts will blossom. You will get through this journey and you will end up where you need to be. So I am so excited because we are now done with our deep dives into the tarot. So now it's time to do some personal work. So I've invited you in the past to um, schedule a reading with me and we can do that. This summer, I'm also going to be putting together a quick course combining these Tarot Tuesday videos where I teach you about the cards themselves, but we dive a little bit deeper into the imagery and into the symbolism behind them. So look for that to be coming this fall, if not sooner. But in the meantime, we're going to continue this momentum of studying the tarot. But what we're going to do, since we've gone through everything and we know the tarot now, and we have a description and an idea, we're going to start our Tarot Tuesdays twice a month doing readings. So I will do a variety of live readings. I'm going to make them live so that if you want to sign up and ask questions or throw out some intentions, we will do that too. So look for that to be coming in the next few weeks. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel so you don't miss anything. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the email newsletter so you know when those lives are going to be happening and when the classes are going to be coming up so you can stay in touch for all of that. Thank you so much for joining me on these exciting Tarot Tuesdays. I've really enjoyed sharing the tarot deck with you and the symbolism and the real insight that they can offer for you. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments, but I'll be looking forward to seeing you soon, where we will start diving into some readings and getting really familiar with our decks. So take care, and I'll see you next time.